for this one, I will have to graph two lines. So I'm going to write that. We graph the two lines that are given by 4x plus 8y equals 8 and 4x plus y equals 8. For the two lines, I want to find the intercepts. I'm going to put a line down my paper here. I'll try to put the work for this one right here and the work for this one right here. So under this one, I'll write find the intercepts. The x-intercept, for that, y equals 0. And you write that every time so that you put it in your long-term memory. Y equals 0, so this would be 4x plus 8 times 0 equals 8. 4x plus 0 equals 8. Well, 4x plus 0 is 4x. 4x equals 8. When you divide by 4, we're going to get x equals 2. So the first one, my x-intercept, is 2, 0. The y-intercept, I'll write x equals 0. So that will be 4 times 0 plus 8y equals 8. This will give me 8y equals 8. When you divide by 8, you're going to get y equals 1. So the y-intercept, 0, 1. This is the first line. I'll talk about the shading right now, because here's kind of the big question. I'm going to talk about the shading before I do this second part. So I'm just going to cover that up for right now. On the grid, I'll plot 2, 0 and 0, 1. And then let me grab my straight edge. This looks like a nice, expensive straight edge. Part of Mr. McKenna's notes that he left. Okay. All right, so there's that line. Now, a lot of questions have been sent in about how do you know what side to shade? So I'm going to spend a little time talking about that. This line divides my whole entire grid into what we'll call half planes. So I have two half planes. There is a half plane above the line, and there's a half plane below the line. Well, what's kind of neat about all the points, I'm going to pick a few more points just to kind of maybe target those points. All the points on the grid, let's see, that one's 0, 1, so I might have 0, 2 up here, or something like 2, 5. And then something like 0, 0. Usually we'll pick 0, 0, but I want to pick more than that to illustrate what exactly is going on. How about 3, -4? So I have a lot of points. I have an infinite number of pairs of points. And the line separates the points into two halves. Well, the thing about the inequality, which was 4x plus 8y is less than or equal to 8, the two half planes, one side is always going to be true and the other is always false. Now I'm kind of pointing and not saying which is which right now, but as far as the half planes go, they're either true or false. All the points on one side will be one of those for this guy right here. And this side would either be true or false. But they're opposites of each other. So if this side is true, this side's going to be false. And if this side is false, this side will be true. So I'm going to pick a few points. Typically, when you understand it, you would pick 1 point. But I'm going to pick like this 2, 5. Here, we call them test points. And so one of them, 2, 5. And if I plug that in, I'm going to have 4 times 2 plus 8 times 5 is less than or equal to 8. And it's a question mark right there. When I was in grad school taking an advanced algebra class, that's how my professor would do it. He would put it, we're questioning whether or not that's true or false. So I get 8 plus 40 is less than or equal to 8. That's a question. 48 is less than or equal to 8. Is that true or false? That's false. So this point, 2, 5, gave me false. Let's take a look at this point, 0, 2. 0, 2 would be 4 times 0 plus 8 times 2 is less than or equal to 8. 0 plus 16 is less than or equal to 8. I got my little question mark because it's not that we're saying that's a fact. We want to know if that's true or false. Well, that's false. So this point was false. The thing about it, every point on that side of the line will be false. What does that mean about the points on the other side? They're going to be true. Most of the time, you'll see it in the little videos. Let's pick 0, 0. As long as the point is not on the line, I can pick it. So if I pick 0, 0, that's 4 times 0 plus 8 times 0 is less than or equal to 8. We're still questioning that. 0 plus 0 is less than or equal to 8. 0 is less than or equal to 8. That is true. Once you figure out what side of the line is true, then that's the side you shade. So I will grab a different color and I'll shade this side. Now this particular problem was 2 inequalities. There's one of them. Let's go ahead and do the other one. This is not my final answer. The other one was this line. It's an inequality less than or equal to 8. So I'm going to look for the intercepts. For that, y equals 0. So I have 4x plus 0 equals 8. 4x equals 8. So x equals 2. So that one is 2, 0. It just happens to be coincides with the other one. The y-intercept, x equals 0. So this would be 4 times 0 plus y equals 8. Well, y will be 8. So 0, 8. Let's plot those 2 points on my paper. Here's my 2 and then 8. 6, 7, 8. Let me extend that line a little bit. Here's the second line. I do have to pick a test point. At this part of the problem, my picture can look a little confusing because I got all that purple from my other shading. But now you have to ignore the first line and the shading, and we're just looking at this line right here. I'm going to pick 0, 0 and see what happens. Is it true or false? This is for the second inequality. So I'll write now for 4x plus y is less than or equal to 8. I'll pick 0, 0. 4 times 0 plus 0 is less than or equal to 8. 0's less than or equal to 8. Is that true or false? That's true. I'm going to write the words true or false. That's true. That means for the second line, I am going to shade on the side that 0, 0 is located. So right here, my second line, I'll pick the yellow, purple, and gold. Look good together. There's the second one. My final answer is where the purple and gold overlap.